Hello there! I know, this is like the first time you're seeing my face on this channel. It's a weird time. I thought I might take the time to introduce the Patreon art a little bit better this time. This month I'm doing people voted for me to do an OC challenge, and I regret picking a 10-day one. The challenge was 10-day OC challenge, and I had to introduce eating their favorite food with their best friend, me cosplaying as their favorite character. I was a bum, and I did my little half-assed cosplay of my character, because he doesn't have a favorite character. He's a bum like that. With their crush in what you're currently wearing, with your favorite movie, book, game character, 15-minute sketch, and your favorite artist, cartoon show, and being relieved that you're done. Oh boy. Anybody who has the pleasure of hanging out with me way too much will know that I've been way too obsessed with this guy called Luther Colt Whalen, who is an OC that I designed initially for my spring semester of school, and then there was an entire D&D campaign because he was just such an interesting character. He's a tiefling, an outlaw. Yeah! Let's jump right into some art. I feel weird having my face here. I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing this. Alrighty then. So, yeah, it's time for this actual OC art challenge time. Heck yeah. So I didn't actually do all the prompts quite in order. This one is supposed to be the one that's like with their crush, boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever. I couldn't, because this guy is for Dungeons and Dragons, I couldn't draw Luther with like someone who would actually kind of be a crush, or who he actually like would consider having a relationship with. Because, spoilers, he gets to be a mysterious boy and the party hasn't learned about him yet. So I did one of him on like a weird like sort of forced date / hangout with one of the party members, Valthos. His character, yeah. Oh, I can't do words. Anyway. Valthos belongs to Danny VHS, and he's also a super awesome artist, so I'll drop a link to his channel in the description. But yeah, this is a parody of You're an Ace Kid's music video art. It's a lovely song by Demon Dice, and if you have not listened to her, it's lovely. So yeah, and then this next prompt was in what you're currently wearing, and I was wearing my hand-me-down Gaia Online t-shirt and some basketball shorts. So, because Luther likes to pretend he's a fancy boy, he's not too happy to be in these untailored, unfitted clothes. It's mildly unpleasant. Also, I'm very proud of the fact that I gave him arm hair and leg hair. It makes me giggle. Oh boy! And this next prompt was their favorite food, or eating their favorite food. So I know most people don't know a whole lot about my D&D setting, but I have a country that is sort of like a general Asia parallel, and that's the homeland of tieflings. So I figured I'd have a good time drawing Luther eating like some local cuisine from where he's from, even though he lives in Wild West cowboy land, Remington's Prospect. He's from a land called Kasai. So yeah, Maybe he's constantly so grumpy because he can never get any sushi since rice literally doesn't grow there. And although he seems like the type that you'd expect to be drinking booze, nope, it's just vanilla birch beer. What a lad. I just really like vanilla birch beer. That's why I made it vanilla birch beer. Oh boy! And this prompt was supposed to be with their best friend. And I thought it would be really fun to draw Luther with himself because he has a questionable like opinion of himself, not necessarily the healthiest view. So him dancing with himself and, you know, kind of trying to enjoy it but also not enjoying it because, you know, sometimes you try to have a good time, but then you remember the horrible things you've had to do and gone through, and you just kind of resent yourself because you're not exactly working towards those goals all the time. It's a really awkward time for Luther, like any degree of self-reflection. But isn't it always for all of us? Also, I should thank Dan for giving me the idea to do a palette swap on one of them, because I had no idea how I was going to tell things apart, and I just happened to be in a Discord call drawing with him while I was working on it. So yeah, thank Dan for giving me the idea to do a palette swap. There's a price to pay for all that we have done. Turn my eyes away and watch the setting sun. Alrighty then, and this one was with my favorite character from like a show, book, or movie, and it's genuinely really hard for me to pick a favorite character from like all the media that I like, and I'm like, I don't know, here's Big Boss, because I like Metal Gear, and it's easy enough for me to draw Snake, so specifically I shot for Venom Snake here. I know I didn't exactly nail the hair, because I was like, I'm just gonna start drawing Snake, and then I didn't think about whether or not I was drawing, like, Snake Eater Big Boss, or Solid Snake, or what, so yeah. Oh boy, and speaking of more Metal Gear, here's one. We're supposed to do it in the style of your favorite show, book, movie. I went for, like, one of my favorite artists, instead of copying, like, a specific show. Because again, that takes me a million years to figure out. And I've been wanting to do studies of Yoji Shinkawa's work for quite a while, because I just absolutely adore his style. Both his, like, more painterly stuff, which is the usual, like, old Metal Gear art, and also his tighter character sketches, which is kind of what I was shooting for here. So yeah. And then the very last prompt, which is not the last one in this video, is supposed to be the character basically relieved that I'm done, like, going through all the prompts with them. Luther is relieved and paranoid and traumatized that I drew him in so many different scenarios. So yeah. And then there was one that was a 15-minute sketch, so here is this. I still am getting the hang of recording traditional stuff, and this is in a square, so I could hopefully post it on Instagram later. But yeah. Our days are almost over. Times have changed around these parts. There ain't no more cowboys. there! Thanks for staying all the way to the end of this video. There's a little bit more narration than usual, and I hope you had a good time hearing a little bit more about what each prompt was, and I guess a little bit about Luther. Yeah, so this is where I give my thanks to my patrons who support me every single month, and they pick these prompts. And yeah, it's really nice to have some degree of a steady income, especially right now, for obvious reasons. So yeah, thank you so much to Big Print, Danny Jones, Holly King, Nicholas Bartholomew, Bonnie Schnabel, and Scarlett Brooks. You guys are amazing patrons, and if you have extra money in your wallet for some reason, and you like my art, and you want me to also say your name at the end of the video, and see a whole bunch of behind the scenes, and tell me what to draw every single month, swing by my Patreon. Consider tossing a little bit in my hat, a little tip jar every single month if you had a good time. So yeah, if you had a good time and your wallet isn't incredibly full, which is totally understandable, I am in same position myself, which is why I do stuff like this. You know, like the video, leave me a comment, tell me, like, give me ideas of what you want to see, any sort of stuff like that. And comment's nice. You could also tell a friend. Exposure is not necessarily fair payment for artists, but it helps us get our work in front of people who would be able to pay us. And it's completely free for you to do. So even if you don't share my video, go find an artist that you liked their work and go share it on your story and tell your friends how much you love their work. So yeah, stay safe, wear a mask, wash your hands. Yeah, bye.